a musician, you are an actor, you do a lot.
I'm a Kenyan.
So let's talk to you as a musician.
Yo, it's super crazy how we've never been able to unify our content, especially when it comes to music, film, and of course theater. And that's simply because we have pride. Wacha tu nieke tu hivyo. Kenyan artists, we have a lot of pride. Hatuambiwi na hatuambiani. And that's why the corporate world has not seen a reason to actually invest and monetize gifts for distribution. Distribution is where people get money. And I believe that Nigerians may get a hack of it. Pia Tanzanians wamepata vile ya create such work. One thing about the Tanzanian policy on some of the imports, kama vile cameras and recording equipment, ukiangalia taxation on such things, wanajua they have a creative economy to uphold. The taxation is not as high, and that's why they've been able to create, and it's given, it's just an open gift to some of the creators. Kenyans, on the other hand, msanii atapigia presenter sa ile akona ngoma mpya. We've not had a symbiotic relationship where distribution of music is easier by the day. Now, with the emergence of social media, you can't blame anyone. Msanii uko na social media and other platforms to distribute, but other countries have proven that they can do it faster but more unified. And the policies that we have on taxation on some of the equipments are actually extremely high, in that we don't have production companies or studios that can create world quality music, in that tunajiimbianga tu, tunaimbanga tu sheng, tuko tu hapa tunajiimbia, tukienda club tunatuanga sherehe ni kama imetukosea. Hii ni yetu. Sisi sheng yetu tutaipiga hapa. But how do we create music for the global market is the biggest question, and how do we distribute it? That's the biggest problem we have in the industry right now. We have pride, and the distribution of music has not been done perfectly.
Okay, but I feel like it's so unfair. I'm so sorry, Tom, Brian, because anyway, Tom, just carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. You see, this world is not fair. So
you have a point.
So you see, Brian, one of the things that I've always asked myself, if comedy does not work for me, najiuliza, is it ni mimi siwezi tu ama ni watu hawapendi shughuli yangu? So nikijiuliza hivyo, naweza jua niendelee ama niwache. Because mi hujiuliza, ukiangalia kama tuseme watu wetu wenye ukimbia, wao huko kwa sawa kwa kukimbia. So is it high time tujiulize ama muziki si kitu yetu? You get? So, but
that's harsh, Tom.
No, it's harsh, but you see, because mimi nikisikiza music ya Kenya, mimi nasikia iko sawa. You see? But pia nikisikiza ya TZ, ni kama wamejua sisi kuliko hao watu wetu. Unaona? So ni kama wao create music yao wakicreate ya Kenya pia. Na create music ingi mpaka Kenya, na create ya Kenya. But pia Mkenya anaweza create tuseme mtu wa Uganda ambaye labda hata iona. Unaona? Naweza sikiza muziki ya Kenya ambayo mimi kwangu labda iko poa, lakini ni compare, nisikie labda huyu mwingine ako sawa. Ndio na support huyu Mkenya, lakini pia huyu MTZ ako tu sawa. So unapata na support wote, na kwa sababu wangu wa supportiwi labda TZ, huyu wa TZ anainuka kuliko huyu wa Kenya. I think that is where
I disagree with Tom, because I think the problem is a bit more systemic than we're giving it credit for. When you think about a lot of our music comes from just, I don't know, almost thin air. There's no systems for fostering a culture of music, making it, listen to it. Before, a lot of music used to come from places like Maroon Commandos, which was like bandia, literally a squad, right? That was either in the military or the police force or something of the sort. So institutions had music as a part of them. Schools had music as a part of them, but then it was thrown out of the curriculum with a lot of the other arts and a lot of like woodwork, anything that requires your hands. And we all abandoned it. And then we look at us 10 years later, 20 years later, and we're like, oh, I wonder why our music industry isn't popping, right? Our policies as well. It's only recently that we're like, you know what, this percentage of the music that goes on air has to be local. So it's a systemic issue. It's not so much a thing of our music isn't good. Also, we've made so much headway in the last few years as far as the music is concerned. It's getting better. We're still listening to too much of maybe Tanzania, Nigeria, and I say too much because that's actually unfair. I'm just listening to a lot of it. The fact that we've made headway is a good sign. We should just continue pushing that needle forward until those numbers start flipping. You'll just see Kenyans coming up that chart coming 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, whatever, 3, 2, 1. If we continue pushing, if we continue making sure that music is part of our children's lives, it's part of our institutions, it's part of like our daily lives. So it's not just kwa club ndio nasikiza ngoma ya Sheng. You're listening to it in school, in your workplace, everywhere. Yeah.
In school,
I mean, I think
in school now kuna hata ukiwa shule ukiambiwa weka muziki moja hapa wekee hata wanafunzi pia wafurahie. So ni sawa tu utaambiwa ndio hizi weka. Unaona? Najua kuna msanii atajiuliza mbona tunaambiwa tumelala na mimi natoa ngoma kila unaona?
It's true.
Tunaambiwa tunalala na mimi natoa ngoma because I realized also Brian Pole, I also realized it's not about also the music. Unaona? Mimi nikiangalia wenye wanatoa hii ngoma there's more than this music. Kuna njia mingi anapush hii muziki yake yenye namuona tu kila wakati akitoa kitu naona, hata si lazima ikuwe muziki, akitoa naona, akitoa kitu naona. So wakati anakuja kutoa pia hii muziki yake napatana naye, napata hapo relevant kabisa. Me I think there's more than the music.
Okay.
Oh, there's more than the music.
We have to go to the next story. I'm so sorry.